Good morning, YouTube. We are 4 days out. I actually literally had to check that because it didn't seem real to me. It's just been so long. But it is currently like, I don't know, 6:37, something like that. And we're sipping my Monster for the day. It's the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. I'm not drinking diet sodas right now, just so you know. I'm staying away from anything diet soda or anything super like artificial color or anything weird like that, but I do have a Monster in the morning, get some caffeine in me, and I think it's gonna be more beneficial than not. I'm gonna have Maddie film a physique update real fast. Right now I'm in this weird phase where I'm really flat still because I just depleted for several days, and the carbs are coming up. As of yesterday, I actually had carbs, which was crazy, but they're not high enough to like fill me out necessarily, so I'm in this weird phase where I'm not like mega sharp depleted, but I'm also not full and sharp, so I'm just in the between bit, and you'll see. I mean, I look fine, but it's like, I just can't wait for the final product. Okay, 4 days out. I need carbs. So I'd say the positives that I'm seeing in my physique right now, my arms are finally coming in, delts, brachialis in my arms, stuff like that, like the shreds are finally coming in there. My lower back, per usual, is the last thing to come in, so I'm not that worried because just in the past, I have this data already. I know that as soon as I carb up, it just sucks dry. That might not be true for everyone, so no one else should like rely on that. But for me, when I up the carbs, my lower back literally gets super sharp and sucks nice and dry. So kind of betting on that to happen again. Okay, fast forward like 20, 30 minutes. We just did a little photo shoot in the garage, just trying to have fun. A little pro tip for anyone on prep. You will not regret taking all of the photos, all the videos, everything. So the more the merrier. Seriously, you don't want to waste this moment. But okay, let's get down to business. In today's video, we are going over peak week part 1. So today is, what day is it? Today's Tuesday, show day's Saturday. Yesterday, I did have a little bit more carbs like I mentioned, and nothing too crazy, so it wasn't worth documenting, but now things are gonna start to ramp up, and so I'm gonna document everything that I'm eating today is part of my peak week, slowly starting to incorporate more calories. I'm also just gonna let you guys know what I'm gonna be doing. This is part 1. I'm gonna make another video probably 1 to 2 days out where we're gonna be talking about like the full fill up and the carbs and all that stuff. But I already got a lot of questions on Instagram that I'm gonna be answering in this video, and you're gonna see what I'm gonna be eating. We're also having Coach Josh come over for posing practice, so let's get this day rolling. Meal 1 of the day is 10 ounces of sweet potato, which I'm gonna simmer and boil here in the skillet. And then I also get some broccoli and chicken. That is breakfast. But here's the rundown. While I'm cooking this sweet potato, I'm actually gonna run through some of the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. And then when I sit down, I'll show you my entire first meal, and then I'll break down my meals and macros for the day. Okay, you guys, man, the energy just comes and goes, but we do have breakfast coming soon, so hoping the energy hits here in a little bit. I asked you guys on Instagram what you guys wanna see on this YouTube channel the next few days. I was asked that you guys wanna see my carb sources that I'm gonna be using. And so let me just go ahead and answer that right now. As of right now this is gonna change as we get closer to the show, but as of right now, my carb sources throughout the day, which you'll see today, is sweet potato, broccoli, if you can count that, it's super low, Gatorade, and then rice cakes, and that's essentially it. Now, as we get closer to the show, I'm gonna add in things like rice, and there are a few other things that you guys are gonna have to wait and see because there are gonna be changes made to the plan, and it's super dynamic of a plan. So stay tuned for like my 1 day out show day video, and also obviously the show day video. You're gonna see a lot more of what I'm doing to fill out properly. But for right now, those are my carb sources. A lot of just positive comments, you guys, just people who are excited to see this. So I really appreciate that. Someone asked how I feel mentally, energy wise, and also water consumption and salt. My salt right now, as you will see again in today's video, is very steady. This first meal, I actually have no salt. Now I'm not cutting sodium or anything like that, but I am just making it super steady. And so I measure out my salt for all of my other meals, which again, you'll see. And then my water consumption is at 2 gallons every single day this week, all the way through show. How am I doing mentally and energy wise? Yeah, energy, it's a huge roller coaster. During my deplete, it was not good, obviously, but this is something that I've done this before. I know what to expect. I've been here, I have experience. I think I tell you what, the hardest part about this is that I've done it before. And so to me, as someone who literally bodybuilds and does, you know, different fitness challenges, whatever it is, literally for the challenge of doing something hard, I would say the hardest part is doing something that I've already proven I can do. It's at the end of the day, it's whatever. Like, I love bodybuilding. I love this. I'm blessed and happy to be where I'm at right now. But just knowing that, like, I've had these moments where I'm like, why am I doing this again? Like, I've already done this. I've already know I can do this. So what's the point? But I know that it's a silly thought because I know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to be better than last time. So I'm just letting you guys know though, that's how my mentality has been a few times the last week or so. I get really bad lulls at the end of the day because I feel like I'm just waiting for the next day. And when it's like 4 p.m. and you're seriously just existing and waiting for it to be 9 p.m. so you can fall asleep, so then you can sleep for 8 hours, so then you can wake up. It gets really hard because I'm just like wasting my life away just by waiting. And I hate that because I'm such a high energy, go, go, go person. So that one's kind of tough mentally. But at the end of the day, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. And this is those moments that really define you and create who you are when it is tough, when it would be easier just to relieve the pain, the discomfort by just having more calories or cheating on your plan or whatever it is, you know. It's like, this is when you define really who you are. Again, someone wants to know details on sodium, artificial sweeteners, caffeine, micronutrients, etc. No calorie stuff, like no calorie sauces, I've cut all that out. I'm on a really strict meal plan right now. With my athletes, I do it both ways. Sometimes I'll put my athlete on a strict meal plan. Sometimes I'll keep them going on their macro plan. It just depends. I have reasons for both. Currently, I'm on a strict meal plan. I don't do any like no calorie stuff. Micronutrients, I'm not currently taking any vitamins because what's a week without vitamins? It's gonna be totally fine. I'm just not trying to add more to the mix. Artificial sweeteners, trying to keep those out. And then also sodium, like I mentioned, we're just keeping it really steady so we have a good baseline. Lots more in this video. I'm just waiting on these potatoes to get done. I'm gonna show you everything I'm eating today, and then Josh is coming in a bit. All right, this is breakfast once again. Check that out. That is sweet potato, chicken, and broccoli, specifically 4 ounces of cooked chicken breast, 10 ounces of sweet potatoes, and then about 1 cup of the broccoli and 1 tablespoon of olive oil for the fats. Total macros for this meal, it's somewhere in the ballpark of 40 grams of protein, about 65-ish grams of carbs, which is crazy to me because that's literally how many carbs I was having per day a few days ago. And then fats is about 14 to 15 grams of fat. So this is meal number 1. No salt on this one again, which sucks. But meal number 2, I'm stoked about. That's coming soon. That's my pre-training meal. It's essentially the exact same thing, except I get salt on it. So pumped about that. After that though, the meals kind of go downhill. They get really boring and kind of smaller. I do get a Gatorade post-training along with my protein shake. And so I'm pretty excited about that. I had a Gatorade yesterday, and this is, keep in mind guys, this is the first time I've had sugar in for sure days, but I mean, even before my strict meal plan, it wasn't like having a lot of sugar every single day. It's very low sugar. So it's pretty nuts to like just be drinking 35 grams of sugar basically, but it hit good. I had really great energy afterwards. So hoping that happens again today. All right, time to dive in. I'm about to post on Instagram. We made a sick video this morning, so make sure to check out Instagram, man. I'm like pretty on top of it right now on Instagram, trying to keep everyone involved with what's going on. Let's go. All right, you guys, we're here with Josh. Now, I have a lot of new viewers right now, so a lot of you know who Josh is. A lot of you do not know who Josh is. So my company, Tua Elite Coaching, we have a posing coach on board, and that is Josh right here, who, dare I say, is one of the best, if not the best, men's physique posing coach in the world. You can check out his Instagram because that proves it. It doesn't mean much for me saying it because I'm the one that hired him, but you can just check out his Instagram and the proof is all there. He's over here because I'm gonna dial in some posing right now, make sure that everything's good. I've been practicing my holds a lot, so I feel pretty confident with my holds, but I just wanna make sure that my routine is solid and everything's position's all good, all that good stuff. So Josh is gonna help me out here. Let's do it. Okay, so yeah, just so you guys know, it's currently about 10 o'clock. I've only had one meal so far. I haven't had my pre-training meal yet. I'm freezing now, so this is gonna be fun.
I would definitely hold your back pose the longest.
The longest?
Yeah.
How long?
Like your back pose.
Do you think it's already too long? Because I'm worried about the time. Maybe you could like time it or something.
Again, I mean, you're hitting the routine around 17 seconds. Normally, like, I mean, I know they gave you 15 seconds, but I tell people they give you a 2-second allowance just because they're not always on top of it.
Summer shredding, I've noticed they're pretty lax about it. They'll go 15 to 20 for sure.
Yeah.
NPC, it's not that big of a deal, especially if I have one of the better physiques there. I think they'll just naturally kind of respect that a little bit more.
Yeah, just watch you more.
That was 17, because I'm comfortable with that. You think it's pace 12 and everything?
Yeah, I think everything's good. I'll probably explode faster into your first pose.
So I'm coming in like...
Yes. I will explode faster there and then hold your back pose just a little bit longer. Show
your back looked like 2 inches bigger when you committed to it that second time. Yeah.
That looks good. You can hold your back pose a little bit longer.
Really?
Yeah. Like
That's
when you
good.
set into it, just like do like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then move on. You could explode as you're stepping in. I don't know how you feel about that. Yep.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yes. Yes. Looking up.
That looks good. Yeah. That's good. Try not to contract, but just like open up your lats already. There you go.
Yeah, literally.
There you go. So get into yin and yang.
Okay.
So you always want to get into poses that really create the best lines and shape for your physique. And the reason why I like Brady's is just because notice that his lats are creating this line and then his forearm is creating the same line, complementing the shape of his physique. Check that out. Yep. Perfect. And into his back pose. And when you get into your back pose, you want to hold this pose for at least like a long 1 Mississippi or 2 seconds, just because you never want to shy away from your back. And then he pushes down, a really good shot for him. And then as he turns around, gets into this pose, display the shoulder, capping it perfectly for the judges, easing into his front pose. And then again, he's hitting his front pose correctly, where his arm is creating this nice curve, same curve as his left leg, creating a nice flow to his physique.
Whew. So where do you think we're at? We good?
We're great. Yeah.
Am I gonna be the best poser in my class?
Easily. I mean, when I was looking at you, I was just like, man, I need to step up and make sure mine is on point for my show.
Well, I've had 3 years to come up with this one, so it's I've like had it probably 80 to 90% done for a year or 2 years, and then just kind of like over time, like, you know how it goes. You just kind of find out like what fits your personality best. And two, I always think about like, what shot do I want like the photographer to get? And one of them, I've been working on this for a while, and I want that shot. So.
Yeah, one thing I've learned from Lee Labrada is you want your transitions to be so good that when the photographers take a picture, wherever you are in your transition, it's gonna look spot on and perfect. So, and there'll be shots that you're really proud of. And then, like what he was saying, it's really important to pose according to personality and your character. Brady is a very, I would say, a very electric person. So his ease ins and ease outs are a little bit faster, and they're constructed to, I don't know, it's electrifying. I get a lot of people who say, hey, I want to pose like you. Honestly, my posing is going to be way different from someone like Brady to other people. So definitely play with how you feel, what is you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you guys, I mean, everyone's gonna have their different style. Josh is great at morphing styles and finding people's styles. So, I mean, you can book some sessions with him. Again, check out his Instagram. That alone is like, displays a phenomenal resume of what he's able to do and create. So, yeah, we're blessed to have him on the team and as a coach and everything. Oh, I think it's time for a pre-training meal though. So let's move on to that and then get to the gym here in the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. Ooh, real quick, you guys, we have actually a really solid little surprise announcement. We're doing a limited drop, okay, of this t-shirt right here.
There you go.
The Conquer the Chaos tee. Maddie's got hers on. So it says Conquer the Chaos, which is the theme of my prep. And then it is the chaos of the times that create the conqueror and the man, which is one of my all-time favorite quotes. These were actually helped designed by Josh. And so if you guys want to support me, the brand, Josh, the prep series in any sort of way, this is the way to do it. We are doing a very limited drop. I mean that. I'm not just saying that. Like, we're doing literally about a fourth of the quantity that we usually have in our launches. And these are going to go quick, and they're going to launch Friday, the day before my show day. So look for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I almost jacked up this meal. I almost added broccoli. Turns out I don't get broccoli on this one, so it's just chicken and sweet potatoes, but I do have salt. That is a fourth of a teaspoon of salt right there. And this is my pre-training meal. Right now, energy's decent, not perfect, but not bad. So I'm feeling blessed because of that, but I'm gonna eat this. And then we have a workout. I'll explain here in a little bit what my workouts are like, because I know that's a big part of what you guys want to know regarding peak week and stuff like that, and what I'm doing for my training. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But first of all, priorities, gotta eat. So in the words of my coach, this week, specifically the first half of this week, is not about training with high intensity. In fact, he said to don't come close to failure. So I'm training a little bit lighter. I'm training to basically just fuel and stimulate the muscle. As soon as it starts to burn, it gets harder. I'm trying to not go close to failure, and I stop the set there. Up until this week, I have been training full intensity, at least as hard as I can, but like truly, like if I'm being 100% honest with myself, I have put in as much effort as I can to keep that intensity as high as possible, regardless of how tired I felt because of prep. Now this is the week where we pull that back, and then also after tomorrow, we essentially go into a really easy 2 days of training for Thursday and Friday, where intensity is almost non-existent and volume's cut in half. It's just more circuit training, basically just to help store the glycogen. But that's my training on peak week, guys. Today's back and biceps. It's quite a relief because I was getting pretty stressed about just finding it in me every single session for the last month of trying to dig deep and find that intensity. And luckily I did, but it took a lot out of me mentally to dig that deep. At the end of the day, that's what we do. That's what is required, and that's what I accomplished. It was not easy though, I'll say that. Do some cardio, 20 minutes of low intensity steady state, which beats the running that I had to do this week and last week. But yeah, guys, I'm in a little bit of a lull right now. It happens, just being real with you guys. And what I want to just clarify is it doesn't make you weak to feel weak. It makes you weak to feel weak and then get into it. And so, regardless of how I feel right now, I just want to be very clear that we put our emotions aside and we do the job no matter what. That's what winners do. That's how you really conquer your mind and you be uncommon. It's not to not feel fear or to not feel pain or to not feel discomfort. It's to feel all of that and then do it anyway. Here we go. Man, guys, I just had such a real prep moment. I forgot to film that meal. Now, luckily it's almost the exact same meal I'm having next as my last meal of the day, so you're still gonna see what it is. But I was in a low, I was hungry, and I need energy because I'm teaching my mentorship here in an hour. I just ate and I didn't think about filming, but that is prep 101 right there, prep brain. That's how it works. Basically, I had chicken and oil and salt and rice cakes. That was it, nothing special. I'm eating that later tonight. I'll show you what it actually looks like and then also my rice cakes of choice. It is finally dinner time, so it's about 6:50 right now. And like I said, we're getting chicken heating up on the stove right there and rice cakes. So I did the caramel rice cakes earlier and now I'm switching things up because that's what you do on prep to keep things interesting. Having the apple cinnamon rice cakes. I get 4 of them, so I'm just gonna have the rest of this sleeve. I get this with half a tablespoon of olive oil and a little bit of salt, and then that is it, guys. I'll give you a rundown of today while I eat. Right now I'm just cooking, getting through. Oh, I'm freezing cold. I'm so cold all the time. I live in Arizona, it's 90 degrees out. I'm freezing. Anyway, I'm gonna cook this and I'm gonna give you a rundown. Okay, you guys, wow. I look like a homeless hobo. About to eat my chicken and my rice cakes, and meanwhile my dogs behind me are eating better than me. They get rice. One of them's sick right now, so they get rice. I don't even get rice. I think I get rice tomorrow though, maybe. I'll have to double check my plan. Today's rundown though, it's just like I'm existing, right? I'm alive, everything's well, I'm good. Whenever again, a disclaimer, whenever I'm like sounding like I'm complaining here, I just want to be clear that like I would not want to be doing anything else than this. I chose to be here. I chose to do this. I want to get better. I want to bring my best on show day, all the above. Now, that all being said, me being as honest as possible with things, it's like, today, it's annoying because I see the carbs going up on the plan. I don't directly feel them though. I might feel a little bit better, but my lows are still as low as ever. I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm still in a huge deficit. I had 2,100 calories today. It's like, I'm still in a huge deficit. I've been in a deficit for months. And I'm just like at that point where I'm ready to feel a bit more normal. I'm just ready to feel normal again, I really am. But yeah, again, I'm so excited for show day, I really am. We're gonna wrap up the video there. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna give you more updates 1 to 2 days out. You're gonna see another video and then it's gonna be the show day video. So I'm hoping in the next video, I'm gonna be a little bit more lively. We'll see how drastic my carbs have increased since then and how much more my coach is adding to my plan. I'm gonna show you what I'm eating to carb up to look my best. All of that stuff, everything we're doing. Stay tuned for that next video. I'm gonna eat this now and then basically just go to freaking bed and wait for the day to end officially so it can be tomorrow, I can be 1 day closer. 4 days out, you guys. Thanks so much. Like this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.